This is Dungeon Not Included, the actual play podcast for the adventurous listener. You are listening to our game of Bulldogs, a sci-fi adventure RPG from Galileo Games. Brennan is your GM and host, Frank plays Sticky, Alex plays Graucom McGruff, and Red plays San Ming. Our theme music is by Seamus Ronan.
Last time on Dungeon Not Included, we decided to let fate decide if we were going to defuse the bomb, and we did! Anyways, we have a job to help us cover our trails as we attempt to return Graucom's war buddy Rex to safety.
Awesome. So, you have taken a job, you've loaded cargo onto the ship, and you're heading out. One thing you did notice about the cargo as you were loading it in is that it's got all kinds of markings on it that warn you that it is flammable. So, no open flames around it.
I mean, it's probably par for the course with this, with what our job is, but we have not. I don't think I can remember the last time we had a job that didn't have some sort of warning label on it, like caustic or might take over mines or not flammable or.
Yeah, all right. So I'm there with a cigar in my mouth, going, "All right, people, we got to be careful about this thing. It's flammable."
Yeah, they're big tubs of some sort of substance. You're not sure what, and barrels basically. And as you're heading out, San, you are looking at the specs for the planet, and you see that it is called Fort. The port is called Fort Dallow, and you've never heard of this place before.
That's not surprising. I live in a backwater.
Right.
What do our fancy star charts say?
The planet is listed on your star charts. There's a couple of trade routes that go past it, but it's a bit off the beaten path. It's not near anything particularly useful. It seems to be mostly a refueling station of some kind. There are local group of creatures living there who are known as Bemisterians.
Bemisterians. Do we have? Would any of us know what those are? For us to have a word picture painted for us by our GM.
I could certainly do that. The question is, who's got the best? Who's the most well-traveled, and who wants to roll for that?
Can we say Rex and have him tell us, or we can have one of us? I mean, I've probably been places.
No, one of us has to be able to do this.
Right. Rex is actually not as well traveled as you all are at this point. So,
all right.
I have a fair contacts. I think that might mean I am.
There you go.
So go ahead and roll your contacts.
Hard to
That's
see.
one.
A 1. So you have heard of them. You've met one in the Star Lanes, basically, but you didn't know anything about their home planet. They're small, hairy people.
Yeah, so they're average height, hairy people.
Yes, they're basically
they're average height with the right amount of hair.
They evolved from some sort of burrowing animal, so they have like big digging claws on their front paws.
Well, the one I met had claws, but didn't really seem like he wanted to fight. So, a B? How are we doing this? Do we rank it? I don't know what's going on.
You're headed towards their home planet, basically.
Well, if this is a refueling thing, I guess the cargo is probably flammable fuel, maybe? I don't know. But let's just all agree not to investigate it at all and just get this over with.
As long as I think Graucom, when you say that, I think Graucom goes up and grabs your cigar and stubs it out just to prevent any future potential flames being put near it.
I get very offended, and then I'm like, oh, yeah.
All right. So you can lay in a course to this planet. It is kind of at the edge of your range. So you won't have to refuel, but you wouldn't be able to go much farther than this. One of the aspects that the planet has is middle of nowhere, so kind of reminds you of home. So
Yeah, definitely.
San can play with that.
yeah. So do you want to make a piloting roll for your journey?
Yep. I'll do that. I mean, I did it last session, so do I need to do it again?
You did?
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Okay. Then no, you don't need to.
Okay.
I just forgot because it was last session. So
That's the nice thing about having all of these playing on Roll20, advertising for Roll20 here. We have every roll we've ever done saved on here.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Ooh, I recently got a 5 on engineering. That was, I don't remember what that was for. Oh, that was to open a door. That was my jerry
That
rigging a
makes
door.
Brennan sound like the worst GM ever.
I know, right? All right,
like,
you're opening a door. Make an engineering check. All right, so off you go. This is going to be a long trip, so it's going to be several weeks. How are you going to spend the time?
I think I remember earlier I was playing like a while ago when we were doing these. I had me in my room. Gralcom was in his room sitting down with a tennis ball, and he was doing the like bounce it off the ground, and then it hits the wall and bounces back, and he catches it in his mouth. I think it's going to be a lot of him and Rex trading war stories while doing that for each other, like sitting on the ground, one's bouncing it, hits the wall, comes up, the other one catches it in his mouth, takes it out, bounces off the ground, hits the wall, comes back, Gralcom catches it. They're trading, going back and forth, talking about the old days.
Wow. Talk about lack of social distancing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Topical humor. Let's see when this. Theoretically, this could be not topical. Could hopefully be over by the time this actually airs.
Definitely not be topical by the time this comes out.
I hope so.
Yeah.
10 weeks from now? Yeah, I hope not.
All right. So, you guys are sharing this tennis ball.
Yeah.
You.
Have you met dogs? This is not. It's going to be this and sniffing butts. This is what we're doing for the next week.
It's different when the dogs are sapient.
All right. So there, Rex and Gralcom seem to be hanging out and being very chummy on the journey.
If you guys haven't figured out, Gralcom is just like a side character from BoJack at this point. Like he's just very animal with a couple human traits,
right,
mixed in. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you up to, San?
I don't know. I'm not fucking with the AI anymore.
Right. You've given up on that.
Yeah.
Well, let's spar and stuff. We're not bonding at all. We're not speaking, but we're sort of bonding. Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, considering that I have a 4 fight, I'm pretty sure San kicked your ass every time.
I think so. I think maybe I just get very good at dirty fighting. Like it starts off as sparring, but then while we're eating chow, I'll throw a plate at you and be like, aha, point for me. And then you have to explain that's not how sparring works.
I feel like based on a lot of the fighting we've seen too, like San's go-to move is just to toss people. So I'm picturing the two of you running at San and then her just tossing you aside, and you're just not getting better at hitting her, you're just getting better at landing without hurting yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. All right. So Gralcom and Rex are hanging out, bonding, and Sticky and San are roughhousing all over the ship, basically.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so you managed to pass the uneventful time. Amuse yourself on the journey, at least. And you're coming in on the planet. San brings you down with a pretty good landing, despite the fact that there seems to be a reasonably strong breeze. The port itself looks like some sort of military base, old military base, built on a wide, gently sloping plain, surrounded by big earthen walls that go up about 2 meters above the ground in a giant square, and there's docking for the ships off to one side. The buildings are all sort of low to the ground, but there are there's like metal doors on the front of the buildings that are all shut at the moment. And you can see that there's some sort of dust storm going on outside. All around the whole plain is just like tall red weed-like grasses. They all seem to have they seem to grow some sort of greenish blossom at the top.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's nice to look at from inside the ship. But you don't see anybody moving around in the port right now. And the control radios you and tells you to wait on your ship until the storm is gone. The dust storm.
All right.
Which in a couple of hours it dies down. And then you see the fronts of the buildings are pretty much open except for these doors. And the doors swing up and people start coming out. A lot of these small, hairy, tunneling-looking aliens. A few of them start going around to the edges of the buildings and start burning them with handheld flamethrowers.
So that's what our cargo probably is fuel for those torches they've got.
Your guess is probably yes.
Mm-hmm.
So someone comes up to the airlock, your cargo ramp, and you can open up.
I don't see why not.
Okay. As soon as you open the cargo bay, you are greeted with an overwhelming smell of something that resembles hot, wet garbage.
Wow.
Delicious.
Yeah. It is truly disgusting. I mean, it makes you want to vomit almost. It's the smell. And the guy down on the ground doesn't seem to notice.
I go for whatever like respirator we have, like that, for space travel, like a helmet, or whatever, and just throw it on. Oh man, can't you smell that? Give a guy a warning.
The guy seems to have a nose, but he does say, "Oh no, we don't have that
The
ability."
ability.
What ability?
Know who smelt it, dealt it.
The smell is. I've heard of many off-worlders complain about it, but I don't really notice it.
All right, listen, buddy. Whatever. We got a cargo. Here's our manifest. We need another job. Just let's get this over with as quickly as possible.
He says, all right. Jeez. He comes up, does a quick inspection on the cargo. Yeah, this all looks good. And he'll sign off on it. He says, just unload those into the warehouse over there, and we'll see about getting you another cargo.
How far away is the warehouse? Like, can we hold our breath and make it there?
If you put on a respirator, it does seem to help a little bit.
All right.
So,
I'm gonna tell Rex. I think Rex would probably offer, but I'm gonna tell Rex to stay in the ship just in case. We still don't know necessarily who or what's out there. So I'll start unloading.
You seem to be the only ship in port right now.
That's not gonna. Yeah. Either way, not gonna risk it. So the Gralcom will start unloading cargo as per usual. respirator on, and so on.
Okay. They this guy is the guy is standing there as you go out, and he's like, geez, you don't even have a robot for this.
Nope.
We can't afford
me.
one.
You live on a shit planet. You can't complain to us. You can't look down at us.
He says, I'm going to give you some advice. If you hear the storm siren sound, you need to get under cover right away. The dust storms can be dangerous. Not so much the dust, but the bloodweed tumblers.
Bloodweed?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Sort of like, it's like a plant. It's rolling plant. It gets pushed around by the wind. If it hits something that's alive, it'll dig its spines in there and suck your blood out.
Oh my God.
Why?
He says, "Oh, it's just one of the things we got around here."
Come on, guys. It's just a plant. That's just what regular plants do, right?
All space plants are vampires, obviously.
Yeah.
That's a great band name.
Monster.
All space plants are vampires.
Am I wrong?
No, you are not. Middle school me would have probably listened to them.
Now me would listen to them.
So then at that point, I think Graucom picks up the pace.
Yeah. As you're loading, you see out on the plains, there's a few what look like pumps pulling some sort of material out of what look like wells. Like an oil well or something. You're not sure what.
Yeah, I think Graucom maybe gets curious and asks, "What are you harvesting over?"
Oh yeah, that's our local.
I cut out. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Harvesting.
No, yeah, like what are the pumps? He's looking at the pumps and sees stuff coming out. He's going to say, "What are you harvesting from over there? What's coming out of the ground there?"
Oh, he says, "That's the oil. We pull up a lot of it. It's got some special properties, they say. So,
what kind of special properties? Does it also drink your blood?
How could oil drink your blood?
How can a plant drink your blood?
Well, they got like spines on them, and they stick into you.
It's still not great.
Oh no, they're not great. Nobody likes them. Gotta watch out."
I like that San's under the impression that everything on this planet's a vampire now.
Wouldn't you be under that impression?
They mentioned one thing. I don't know if it's like we know snakes exist on Earth. I don't assume everything's venomous.
You don't know that. Have you been to Australia?
That's fair. That is a fair point. I have never been to Australia. I have not heard rumors of venomous koalas, though.
But everything in Australia wants to kill you, except maybe koalas.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
All right. So, what are you gonna do after?
Yeah. So Graucom continues.
Yeah, you've got
pushing these
you've
packages
got
back and forth.
This flammable substance or whatever it is, packed away into the warehouse now. The warehouse was not easy to navigate because it's clearly built for people who are about sticky size.
Oh, fair. So yeah, my back hurts a lot, I think, after it's done. While I'm on my way back, if I run into that same guy again, If we haven't gotten a job yet, I want to ask if they know of anybody who needs transport of this oil. And like, if we're not getting something directly from our job, we might be able to get a side job like we've done in the past. So
he says, well, yeah, that and like the plastic products, about the only thing that there is a export on the planet. So
do you have a route you usually use to transport your plastics and oils?
Oh, there's some folks who come through here fairly regularly, mostly for refueling stops. But yeah, Transgalaxy is one of the big ones.
All right. Do you know if there's any standing orders that we might be able to take up?
Well, we should have something ready to go in a day or two.
All right, I'll report that back to my crew. Thank you very much. Then Graucom.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be in any rush, so.
No, but Graucom is terrified now of the sirens going to go off at any second, right. especially as he's a dog, like loud noises and stuff like that. Sirens are going to set him off. So he rushes back, and he'll relay that information that if we don't hear anything directly, that there should be at least a job in a day or two, a couple of days for this plastics and oils.
You've got a couple of days to kill on this planet.
Well, we can go ask the nice gentleman who assisted us earlier. There might be something fun to do here. Who knows? We still have yet to find a planet that hasn't. Well, it's not true actually. I don't know. We've been able to find a bar at almost every planet. We've been able to find entertainment at most places.
Yeah,
with the exception of really your home world, I think.
Probably the only thing to do around here is drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's my time to shine.
Yes. Stick. So, do you want to lead us to see if we can't find some merriment on this stinky planet?
Let's do it. Let's try to find some stink beer.
Are we leaving Rex here? Or are we going to take Rex with us for this little...
Screw Rex. We're leaving him here for his own safety.
Fair enough. So I've let Rex know that if I can find a 6-pack somewhere, I'll grab it for him. But otherwise, he's stuck here on the ship. He can play... We'll set him up with, like, virtual chess with Flappy to keep him busy.
Oh,
great.
He'll start playing chess. Like, I'm picturing like Rex is playing chess and Flappy's moving checkers. Like they're playing two different games at the same time without realizing it.
All right. So you head in. The low buildings are fine for you, Sticky, but everybody else needs to bend over to get inside. As you come in to what looks like a sort of a commercial designed building, there's a couple of little shops in here for the locals and what looks like the local watering hole. This town is not very big, so maybe a few hundred people at most, it looks like. You do notice that a lot of the menial tasks or repetitive tasks are being done by robots around here.
No wonder he was curious about why we weren't using one. They've got plenty.
Yeah. You can sit at the bar. There's a pad at the bar to enter your order, and then it appears to come out from the back in on a little conveyor belt that runs around the bar.
Ooh, that's exciting. It's like it's kind of like when you get like conveyor belt sushi.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
They do not have much in the way of alcohol here. It seems to be there's mostly one kind that you've never heard of before.
Son will say, hey, how strong is this?
One of the other patrons says, oh, it'll get you there. We make it out of the flowers.
The vampire flowers?
No, the ones on the weeds.
Yeah. The vampire flowers. That's awesome. Give me one. I wonder if my drink killed a guy.
So yeah, you get one. It's a
victims.
it's a sort of greenish looking liquid. There's a couple of other, a couple of options. You can take it straight. You can take it with mixers.
Oh, straight. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You get it straight. It smells not so hot. Well, it does smell like hot garbage, but not.
I can't actually tell if it's it or the air.
Right. So when you taste it, though, it's not so bad. It's got a slightly sickly sweet taste. It's like a little bit too sweet. It is clearly also alcoholic.
Well, it tastes like candy, and it doesn't hurt, which is what I prefer, that it hurts a little. But, I guess it'll get you there, like the guy said. Anybody want one?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Grelcom, who seems to always be our designated doggo, will be drinking water again.
Okay.
Just get a nice water to lap up.
Grelcom, why aren't you drinking?
Grelcom's, I think Grelcom kind of keeps that gets a little stiff up at that and says, not in the mood. Just, I'm fine. Water's good.
All right, because Rex is on watch. I mean,
no, I know.
That's the cool thing about having an extra dude.
Absolutely. No, I don't really drink that much. So, I'm just going to get my water and just going to kind of turn at that and just grab, wait for his conveyor belt.
His conveyor belt water.
Conveyor belt water.
All right. So you are basically sitting there. These drinks arrive periodically, allow you to tie one on. How much are you drinking, San and Sticky?
Just enough to get tipsy. So, maybe like 2-3 drinks. San has a pretty high tolerance.
So shapeshifter metabolism.
You guys can see you have like a beast liver, so you should be able to handle whatever.
Our sparring has evolved into now drink sparring, so I just match.
Okay.
And Sticky has a teddy bear liver. So.
Yeah.
No, you know what though? I feel like, in all fairness, I feel like Sticky's liver works harder than all of ours, so it's probably seasoned at this point.
It's got a certain amount of tolerance.
Yeah.
You sip away. The locals aren't much for conversation. They'll talk about, oil drilling and windstorms is mostly what they've got to talk about.
Well, you don't get satellite out here? Satellite TV?
Oh, we get the galactic broadcasts.
You don't, watch shows, read books, nothing? Oh,
people do that, sure.
Did you guys see Rigelian King? It was amazing.
All right, so you can start up a conversation about the latest popular entertainment.
Interview with a vampire plant.
Interview
Gone with the dust storm.
Yeah, those are the local productions.
So they only got a couple.
The community theater scene here is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard that it's really underground.
Hardy har har.
Yeah, these buildings are like the entrance is above ground, but then the whole thing just sort of slopes down under the earth.
Yeah.
So, you've wasted a little while doing this when you get a communications call from Rex on your comm, and Rex says, "Don't want to worry you, but a new ship just seemed to arrive."
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a cargo ship. It's more like a shuttle or a transport.
I'm gonna tell. Oh, actually, here's a question. I think we've probably established this already, so I'm just gonna ask the group. We can, if we didn't already do it, we can set defenses remotely for the ship, right? Didn't we do that when we were fighting Burgul earlier?
Yeah.
You did.
We were able to. So I think we let Rex
I
know
also
that we
think Rex
can
is
do that.
there. He can.
Well, sure. I'm just saying if this, I didn't know if the ship was only going to respond to us or not as its crew.
This ship
I don't know if they're-
responds to literally anyone.
Okay, fair. It's that user friendly.
Hey, it looked like you were trying to pick the lock. Can I help you with that?
It looks like you're trying to abscond with me. How may I help you?
Yeah.
Um,
No, it's a very friendly AI so far. Yeah.
that's
But
the
yeah.
next arc when we played 2001: A Space Odyssey with our ship. I think we'll
But it
tell
still
Rex
talks
to
like Cliffy.
It still talks like Cliffy. Hey, looked like you were plotting against me.
Can I help you with
I
that?
can't let you do that.
I think we ask. I'm going to ask Rex to just give me a description of if he sees anyone coming out of the ship. Just give a description so that, because if it's, I mean, we have a pretty good idea who our enemies that we know of are, and he know who his enemies are. So if it's anyone he knows, he can tell us that, and if it's anyone he doesn't, a verbal description might help.
Yeah, he says there's two people who are getting off the ship. They both look like Arsabarans. One's a man, one's a woman. Woman's got red hair. The man's black haired. I don't recognize them.
That's not enough for me to make a distinction on. So
they're definitely checking out our ship, though.
And we can't guarantee that these aren't division people or bureau.
Bureau, yeah.
Yeah, people. Let's. How are we on that other job?
You got another day to wait.
all right.
God, I thought I was drinking more. All right. Let's. I think we just need to play this by ear. I think we have to go back to the ship. San and I maybe up front. Actually, you know what? I'm going to walk back to the ship up front, obvious, and maybe San and Graucom can kind of like take cover and follow from a distance. And
Okay.
Good.
see if I need any help dealing with them.
What's the open carry situation right now on this planet? Graucom looks around to check that in.
Doesn't look like there's any restrictions. You see one of the guys with the flamethrowers has it propped up against the table next to him while he's drinking.
All right. I'm just going to start assembling my gun then as we walk forward. And
If they haven't given any rules, Son's got her sword and knife, so.
Yeah. If you looked it up before you landed, you would have noticed there was no weapons restrictions on port. So,
Sure.
Cool.
incendiary weapons are encouraged.
Yeah, I was going to say there's if Sticky's looking for a new toy, there's a drunk guy with a flamethrower in the corner.
I'm not Rocket Raccoon, damn it.
Aren't you, though?
All right. So you head out and you're walking back to the ship, Sticky.
Yeah, that's right.
You wanted San and Graucom to wait behind?
Well, I think follow behind. So I'm basically playing like I'm just a guy going back to my ship. We'll see if there's anything to be worried about, and if there's trouble, the two of them will be behind, ready to ambush.
Okay, there's not a lot of cover out here, so
Oh,
how are you guys going to avoid notice following Sticky?
there was didn't we have some sort of transport to get the stuff to here, or did we walk?
You walked to the bar.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, the whole place is like a few hundred yards across. So
yeah, well, it's a few hundred yards, then you don't even have to really follow. Just, Son, do you have any ranged weapons? I can't remember.
No,
Okay, then why don't you just come with me?
I don't have shoot, so.
I mean, our ship is obvious. It's a sore thumb, so it's not like they're gonna not recognize. And I'm obvious, so we might as well add a third obvious.
So you're gonna leave Graucom to behind to do some sharpshooting, basically.
Yeah.
That's
just
fine.
in case. All right. So you're walking along down the pathway. These paths are mostly not paved; they're just like gravel. These two individuals are coming up, and they, as soon as they see you, Sticky, they seem to be heading towards you.
What's up, strangers?
The one in the lead says, "Hey, how you doing?"
I'm on a planet that smells like shit. How are you?
Yeah, this is not the best place. I've certainly smelled better. But aren't you Sticky?
You got my name. What's yours?
My name is Charles.
And you've been served.
And you've been served. He says, I believe it or not, I'm looking for you.
All right. Why?
Well, I think there may have been a bit of a misunderstanding, and I just want to clear it up.
Misunderstanding about what?
Well, there's a Union citizen that we're looking for that I believe you have on board your ship.
You're looking at the citizen I have aboard my ship. San, do you what's be more specific? Are you being hunted by people, San? I'm making it as if she's the only other crew that I have.
Right.
Yeah.
He says, no, this individual's a Lassian.
Oh, yeah, well, I did have a Lassian in the crew for a while. What did Graucom do?
Okay, he sort of nods. He's like, well, you may have known that Graucom served in the Saldralan military.
I did.
This is just a issue related to his service.
All right. Well, when was the last time we saw Graucom?
Oh God, I gotta say, on that planet with the bugs, I think. You know, the ones who cared about all that machinery and stuff?
That's right. He found religion.
Yeah.
A very stupid religion. We never asked him any follow-up questions about it. He seemed upset and then eventually walked off.
All right. So I want you to roll rapport.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. That is 3.
Shall I as well, or?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
1. Hey,
they got a 0.
They got a 0.
So
Yeah, they got a 0.
Yeah.
that's good
Nice.
for us.
Mm.
The guy in the lead takes out a chip reader display token, turns it on, hands it to you. You can see essentially contact information appear above it on a little screen. And he says, this is for you. Should you happen to run across any of the Lassians, any other Lassians or Graucom, just give me a call.
Hey, wait. Is there a reward for all this info?
He says,
swear to God, Sticky.
he says, yeah, the Saldralan government would be very grateful for any information.
What about for what I gave you already?
Well, you didn't give me a lot of specifics. What planet did you part ways with them on?
Brennan, what was the name of the planet with the bugs?
That planet was called. Hang on while I look it up.
I'm gonna shout out Bug World 1. And
No,
when he
that's
does it,
not what it's called.
Something like Bug World 2.
No.
He walks away. I'm just gonna try to be as obnoxious as possible, so he just wants to go away.
It was called Yualan.
It was Yualan, I think, was the name.
Nah, it was Bug World 4.
He says, all right, well, let me know if you have more information.
Yeah,
We'll
sure.
follow up on that lead.
No problem.
He walks past you and heads towards the bar.
All right, so our comms are open because we want Graucom to be, if there's trouble, to hit us, or at very least, if not comms, Graucom is paying attention to us. I guess that's up to you, Graucom. What are you doing?
Well, I think if I'm hearing this, I'm still hanging back until we get the all clear that these people are moving out, and then I'll try and meet up with you guys. I guess.
Yeah, they seem to be headed towards your location right now, Graucom.
Then I'm going to duck further into the bar and just start wandering streets and tunnels for a while. Just so, like, no actual idea of where I'm going, just kind of trying to follow the path that people seem to be following, whatever natural traffic is happening, and just try to disappear into it as much as I can as a 6-foot dog that's crouching in tunnels.
Right. So go ahead and make a survival check.
Sure. And I have nothing to smell, so I can't use that little bit to help me.
If you don't want to smell anything on this planet.
No,
anyway.
I don't. A 4.
Nice.
Yeah. Graucom's good at survival.
Yeah. All right. So you slip down one of the side tunnels, find yourself in one of the other buildings, and you can make your way up closer to the ship.
Yeah, I'll just use whatever like internal compass I have going to kind of follow and pop out outside and nearby and duck back or double back around. I'll head back into the ship and I guess talk to the crew. All right. So they're looking for a Lassian. So I assume they're looking for Rex. And I know you mentioned, I could be wrong. This is me talking to everybody, I guess. We assume that the Lassian they're looking for is Rex, but when you mentioned me, I'm assuming they thought I was Rex and gave a fake name to y'all. And that's why we're...
I don't know about that. That kind of... So you're back with us, right?
Yeah. So that was my read on it, was when you said Lassian and you said Graucom, my read was that they may have assumed that whatever Lassian you had called himself Graucom.
No, I think they know you served together, that you were part of our crew, and that they're thinking maybe Rex is along the ride. So now we, independently of Rex, have a bullseye on us.
Fair enough. We have no... Here's the question. From here, we don't necessarily need... Our next stop, regardless of cargo, is going to Galactic Central, right? That is our plan.
I think we had one more cargo off-world, and then we were going to Galactic Central.
Yeah.
Well, if the cargo's already on... is it on ship already, or are we waiting for one? Because if
we're
not,
waiting for it, and if we leave without any cargo after being interviewed...
it's going to be suspicious.
If they figure that out, then that's a problem.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You might want to stay on ship.
That's fine by me. I'm sure we have some hidey holes that we can lock us away in.
I have an idea.
Do it.
So, I need some of your religious paraphernalia, some of your handwritten stuff, all of it.
Got it.
And I'm going to try to sell this to them as evidence and try to get them on a bug hunt.
Would you like me to create some while we're at it?
No, I think it
I'll
has
have my
to be
handwriting.
aged and lived in, and let's just make this as easy as possible. Give me some of your beloved religious paraphernalia.
Maybe
and let me
make it
sell to the
old.
guys who are after you.
I will assume, knowing Graucom and this incredible ship we have, that he's either... Oh, you can do it now, actually. It could be funny or fun to do. Graucom's going to want to make a copy before he gives it away. He's not going to give away his only copy of his new religion's texts that matters so much to him, though he hasn't mentioned it in about 10 episodes.
Yeah, I mentioned that we didn't ask you any follow-up questions.
Yeah. I think that what we should do here is Graucom should attempt a attempt to take his... Oh, well, this could actually destroy everything in the process. He's gonna try and, before he gives them to you, sneak off and find whatever scanner copier we have on this ship and ask Clippy to help him.
Oh my god.
So
you're going to ask Flappy to copy the text for you?
Yes, please. I do not have computers.
You don't have systems? Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Nope.
so just go ahead and make a raw roll.
I'm outside the door where you're doing this. I say, it's ironic that you're asking a machine for help to copy your religion.
Anti-machine religion? Yeah, I know. I get it.
I can see the
I understand
irony.
the irony. I understand it. I get it. But desperate times. Graucom rolled a 1.
Nice. So yeah, you're in the process of getting it copied. It's just going to take a while.
I yell that I'm arguing with Sticky over the very loud copying sounds that are happening in the background. Like, it's just like overwhelmingly loud, the machine, and just like, I get what's going on. I understand the irony here. Don't worry. After this is done, I will handwrite the whole thing myself. Less reliant on technology, more reliant on manpower or bug power.
Right. This is intolerable. So I turn off the comms, and first I want to make a command for this plan.
Okay.
And then I want to reach out and say, make it like I've got a plan to sell to them.
All right. So you're making a command roll?
Yeah.
Ooh, you got a 1.
Wow.
Ouch.
That's not a great roll. Yeah.
I'm gonna spend
Crew pool point.
Is there a crew pool?
Yeah.
There is. You should have your fate tokens refreshed by now if you have.
I don't know if I've actually nodded that, but I will take one.
Has it refreshed since we defused the bomb or no?
Yes.
Okay. Then I should have one. All right, cool. That door.
Yeah, that's better. 4.
Oh, yeah. There you go. A 4.
Okay, so you rolled a 4 on your reroll.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. So what is your what aspects are you trying to create here? What's your plan?
Let's see what we need to roll first. I think the first thing is probably going to be the convincing lie, which will most likely be the rapport over the comms. I'm going to call them up, just start signaling them until they pick up. They're still on planet, right?
Yeah, you can see them sort of strolling back towards their ship.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna, when they get on their ship, I'm gonna ping it.
Okay. From the ship's comms, yeah.
I'm looking through all the crap that bum left when he saddled us with our last job on this planet. And I think I may have found some stuff that would be helpful into tracking him down.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but we're going to talk about some goodwill payment. I'm not a bounty hunter. I'm not following you guys back to... First of all, what do you want with him? That's just like, that guy was the most boring dude ever.
It's government business.
All right, well then what are you going to pay me?
Well, I can give you an offer of 300 credits and then more if it's useful information.
All right. To be honest, I'm almost more interested in why you want them than than the money, but not that much more. All right, my rapport roll was terrible. I am going to create.
Yeah, you
the
got a
aspect
-1.
Of
Ouch.
that was a -1, by the way. And the
Oof.
aspect's going to be a convincing cover story. We already put the legwork into this, so I will. Can I use that to re-roll? Yeah, I think I should.
Okay.
There you go. 4.
Damn, nice.
You
A
got a
4.
4 rapport that time. Well,
So,
let's see what they
I'm
get.
looking to get some money. Mostly, I want them convinced that this is probably legit. Actually, let's not go crazy here. I've already asked too many times. There's no reason they have to give me the truth. I want them to think that whatever we're going to hand them is reason enough to leave.
Right. Okay. It's a good enough lead that they'll follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you end up with a. They ended up with a 0 on their roll. So your 4 rapport is certainly good enough to convince them that it's a decent lead.
All right, good. San, take all the books that he's done copying now, whether he likes it or not.
Yep.
And go over to them and hand them off. If you feel like you could push them and get a little bit of info, I don't know how you would want it. Maybe I don't know, whatever you want to do. That's your
Alright.
call.
Yeah. And Son will take the fake lead and bring it over to them. And how do they do with it? Like the second that she brings it.
They'll take the woman who's with Charles takes it, but you don't know. She hasn't been introduced to you, so she'll take it and start looking through it. Basically.
So, what'd this guy do? I didn't know him very well. Is he like a war criminal or something?
Charles says, "Oh no, nothing like that." Do you want to make a rapport roll?
Absolutely. That's a 6.
Oh, a 6.
Nice. Let's see how well they do.
Wow, these guys.
Oh
keep
man, they
rolling
can't roll
zeros.
anything but a 0.
So it
They're
turns out
fucking
Charles is
stooges.
apparently Charles is Grogum's biographer.
Right.
That ruins that role. So
That's so good. They tell you, but they didn't even realize they told you.
That's
Like,
right.
I can't tell you that
Yeah.
we're looking for him
He's
for the
gonna-
following reasons.
He's gonna drop some information, but not realize that he's slipped up.
Yeah. So what does he say?
He gives you a story about how there's a there's a unit, an elite unit of Lassians, and they're trying to regather them together, and that Graucom is a candidate for this. That's his main story, but he does mention that he's looking for someone named Rex also.
Okay, yeah. And
you get the impression that while there's not an elite unit they're trying to assemble, they are actually trying to gather up Lassians from the frontier zone.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. And San will be like, wow.
And that some military operation is involved. Some sort of, that's also true.
Yeah. Wow, sounds like quite the team you're gathering. Well, good luck trying to find these guys. And with that, San will head back to the ship and essentially say to everybody, yeah, they're looking for Rex. But I think it's a bit more than that. They seem to just be looking for Lassians in general. So it's probably good that we didn't tell them that you were still in the crew.
So this whole time, our plan is to go to Galactic Central Point, drop off Rex, and things will be okay. But what are the chances things are going to be okay, even there?
My guess is not very high.
I mean, Rex is. We're planning on dropping. I forget. I'm out of character. Did Rex tell us to drop him off there? Or did we decide that would be the best place to drop Rex off?
Rex said that he needed to get there.
All right, so maybe we need to get more information out of Rex as to what he's expecting to get there. So Graucom is going to go to Rex, I think, and he's going to say, look, mate, they're looking for us. There's people who are looking for us specifically. They've tracked you to me and tracked us to here. Now, we're able to throw them off, but they have to know that that if you're with me and what this ship is and what this job is, that likely we are going back to Central at some point. What is at Central that you need that you can't get elsewhere? Because I'm not sure, and I think my crew isn't sure that it's safe to go.
He says, well, I just have friends there and people who could help me out.
That aren't compromised already by what's going on? Or is that a risk you're willing to take?
Well, I don't know. It seems like that might be a problem at this point. But what would we do other than that? I don't have any good ideas.
You said there was something bigger going on.
There is. There's some sort of. It's something to do with the Lassian troops.
Yeah, I got the feeling that they were doing something military-wise with the Lassians they were gathering up. Do you know anything more than that?
I know that it's a bigger deal than what we want to be messing around with. The government is planning something. I have this encrypted data, but I haven't been able to crack it.
Yeah, we'd need a tech expert for that.
I may know somebody.
Hey there, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Dungeon Not Included. If you did, please tell a friend and leave us a 5-star review and encouraging comments on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. It really does help spread the word for new shows like ours. You can follow the latest from the Dungeon Not Included crew on Twitter at DNI Crew, and over at Facebook at Dungeon Not Included, or at our home on the Non-Productive Network at non-productive.com/DNI Crew, where you can find articles, character sheets, and Patreon exclusives, as well as our latest episodes. Thanks!
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.